of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Person?
Here.
Mr. Prince?
Here.
Ms. Breyer?
Here.
Mr. Pavoni?
Here.
Mr. Taylor?
Here.
Mr. Coleman?
Here.
Ms. Palmer? Roll call, Mr. Mayor, one absent.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr.
I
Person.
move Councilperson Palmer be excused.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Person, second by Mr. Prince, that council excuse Councilmember Palmer. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. So, first thing on the agenda is a topic that is near and dear to our hearts, Renton River Days wrap-up. For Sonia Maylander.
Good evening, Mayor Law, Council President Person, members of council, and guests. My name is Sonia Maylander, City of Renton Community Relations and Events, and Festival Coordinator for Renton River Days. Our report will highlight the collaborative efforts between River Days and the City of Renton, city support and budget, event highlights, survey results and partnerships, including our 16-year title sponsorship with IKEA. I'd like to take this opportunity, as I usually do at the beginning of my presentations, thank our Mayor Dennis Law, community member Gary Palmer, Brian Beckley, the Renton Reporter, volunteer board members Carol Jansen, Paul Hebron, Darren Stott, and city employee Kelly Balcom-Bartok. They are fantastic photographers, and we regularly use their beautiful photographs in our presentations and our annual marketing efforts. This year we celebrated the theme Shake, Waddle, and Roll, producing nearly 45 events, activities, and special programs over several days and at different locations. The main 3-day weekend at Liberty Park was July 25th through the 27th. With IKEA's title sponsorship since 1999, our festival is marketed and branded IKEA Renton River Days. Festival management consists of numerous event committees, City of Renton staff teams, and our board of directors. We know that many of our planning volunteers are at home watching council, as they do every week on Monday evening, but we do have a few here with us tonight. So if you would stand, Kelly Beamer, Jeff Lukens, Carol Jansen, we appreciate their volunteer
Thank you very
efforts
much.
to serve as volunteer board members. Dozens of volunteer event committees plan year-round. Event budgets, contracts, marketing, event features, and partnerships are established. River Days is blessed with the support of several key partners, but at the top of that list is the City of Renton. Thank you, Mayor Law and Council President Person and Council, for your continued annual support. City staff ensure clean parks, restrooms, city facilities, safe streets, on-site first aid, tent inspections, permitting, technical services, generating maps and layouts, security, and traffic control, to name just a few. Park maintenance is critical to numerous logistics and operations from setup through breakdown at Liberty and Cedar River Park. Police is present throughout Festival Week with overnight security, and the city serves as a valuable source of support and expertise in safety and emergency preparedness. Budget. The table here reflects 8 years of tracking River Days related expenses through the city's project accounting system. The cost to the City of Renton, of course the column on the far right-hand side, includes loss of revenue or the value of city in-kind services, such as the loss of picnic shelter revenue at Liberty Park, or when River Days events are held at the Senior Center or the Community Center. So there's a loss of revenue there, and the value of staff time, including benefits. The total cost of event, so the column just to the left, includes both the value of city support and all sanctioned event expense budgets. This total may vary year to year depending on the lineup of festival features. For example, a year ago, in 2013, River Days designed and developed and launched an independent website, and we also paid for some professional video services. This year, as a comparison, expenses slightly less, Our golf tournament was canceled due to low registrations, and also the all-teen musical produced by the Renton Civic Theater. Their show dates were outside festival weekend. So a year ago, we reflected those expenses. This year, they're not included. Okay, so joining me to help present the remainder of our report is Carol Jansen. She's the Marketing Director for First Savings Bank Northwest, but also a volunteer board member since 2009 and our current festival chairman.
Thank you, Sonia, and good evening. It's my pleasure to take you through many of our festival's highlights for this year. Our planning teams continues to make efforts which keep River Days fresh and re-energized for participants, the public, and our sponsors. Our goal is to evaluate and evolve so that our events reflect current interests. This year's Launch and Appreciation event was held June 17th at Toreros at the Landing. Invited were festival volunteers, sponsors, dignitaries, and community members. It provided the opportunity to mix and mingle and strike up a conversation in a social and casual setting. David Reed, Chief Engineer of the 737 MAX from the Boeing Company, joined us as event sponsor, and we truly appreciate the gracious hospitality from Toreros. Also launching festival season in Renton and starting nearly the next day was the Duck Hunt 5. This year's Duck Hunt 5, a selfie adventure, encouraged gamers to solve clues via Facebook and post pictures of either themselves or a duck of their own making at numerous community locations. Sponsored by First Savings Bank Northwest, prizes included an iPad Air, an Xbox One, a 32-inch HD TV, and an iPod Nano. River Days appreciates the support of the Public Works Department, which increased its participation to help provide overnight presence and security in the park Friday and Saturday night of the festival weekend. One of the new free features this year was the Chess for Life activity booth, where children and families could learn about playing chess with oversized chess pieces. Another new feature for children and families was the interactive booth provided by the Lindbergh High School robotics team. The festival also featured a robotics team on one of our entertainment stages with a demonstration. River Days has invested in additional A-frame signage to help recognize many of our sponsors and partners whose funding make all of these events possible. We've explored a few options the last few years with how to provide an annual festival t-shirt while sustaining appeal for the public, keeping costs down for River Days, and minimizing the dated inventory after festival weekend is over. This year, 4 local Renton-based restaurants helped cover the cost of the shirt production, and we recognized them as shirt sponsors. This also helped to keep the cost down for the public. For a 6-week period from mid-July through the end of August, the t-shirt also served as a 10% discount at the 4 participating locations. Now, since 1986, the festival's board of directors has awarded the Outstanding Service Award in recognition of individual or group efforts which demonstrate dedication to the quality and lasting legacy of Renton River Days. This year, the board selected Bonnie Rarasich, not only recognizing more than 17 years of volunteer service on the board of directors, but for the multitude of many ways she has supported the Renton Festival. She even dates back to when it was Renton Western Days. A tradition for 29 years, activities for kids and families remain free of charge. Activities may be art-oriented, educational, cultural, recreational, and promoting physical activity. We feel very fortunate to have strong and sustaining relationships with the majority of our sponsors who return year after year. It is because of these partnerships that the festival is able to feature so many free activities. Family fun also centered on the 3 shows of the Wenatchee Youth Circus at Cedar River Park. Having the circus at Cedar River Park also grows the visual footprint of Renton River Days and has been a wonderful use of that space with so many other activities over in Liberty Park. Each year, the interest for participation in the community increases. For example, in Liberty Park, we see several dozen community booths with outreach materials providing ways to inform the public of their programs and services. One of these community booths was Lee's Martial Arts Breakathon. Back again to host their fundraiser at River Days, the Breakathon raised over $11,000 for communities and schools of Renton, the mentoring program within the Renton School District. Also back this year in the park was the Lions Club Health Screening Unit. Interested guests were screened by certified professionals for vision, blood pressure, glaucoma, diabetes, and hearing, all free of charge and provided by the Lions Club. 320 pounds of non-perishable food items were collected this year by the Salvation Army Renton Rotary Food Bank. This year's donations helped to provide several hundred meals to the Renton community. We appreciated the public's response in support of Salvarte, located in Liberty Park, where the festival's message is feed the people and build a duck. Among the many events of Renton River Days is a focus to showcase a variety of visual, cultural, and performing art. Two very popular features located at Liberty Park are the arts and crafts booths of the Art Market and a chalk art contest coordinated by Allied Arts. The Renton Community Center also hosted art-related events. With the library closed for construction, the quilt exhibition was located at the Community Center. The exhibition showcased 40 quilted art pieces, and foot traffic and exposure were actually greater because of the synergy created by being located near the Renton Annual Arts Show. Numerous pieces of juried fine art were available for sale at the Renton Art Show. The Art Show Committee also paid tribute to honor the former community member Nancy Hoban, who passed away earlier this year. Nancy was passionately dedicated to the arts, and Renton-based art organizations benefited from Nancy's volunteers over the decades. Now, during our 3-day weekend, nearly 40 entertainment groups and over 400 performers were featured on our 2 outdoor stages in Liberty Park. Of the groups that performed, 25% were from the Renton community. The Nibble featured 12 vendors this year, with 2 new booths, being Kent Mitzel's and California Pizza Kitchen. A sanctioned event with Renton River Days for several years, the Puget Sound BMW Club hosts their annual car show during festival weekend. 125 cars were on display at Cedar River Park. Rotary Club of Renton is a significant community partner to Renton River Days in coordinating one of the most popular festival events, the Rubber Ducky Derby. Raising nearly $19,000 this year and 3,600 ducks floating down the Cedar River, many local charities will benefit from Rotary's contributions. The festival is home to recreational events reinforcing the importance and providing opportunities to connect with our healthy community initiatives. The tennis tournaments, fun walks, and soccer tournaments provided competitive recreation for over 1,000 participants. Entertainment, dancing, and a delicious catered lunch enticed 500 seniors to attend the Senior Day picnic, another sellout year after year. Dozens of city staff and several of our elected officials helped plan and serve at that picnic. Renton service clubs are some of the most active community partners providing services and hosting events. The Renton Lions Club coordinated the pancake breakfast at the Senior Activity Center, a wonderful way to start the morning before heading over to the parade. The Renton River Days Parade is one of the most popular ways in which to participate at the festival. With nearly 90 entries and nearly 1,900 participants in the community comes out to march down South 3rd Street in front of thousands of spectators along the sidewalks. Also featuring downtown Renton and helping to promote River Days are decorated windows by merchants, which create excitement and energy in the downtown core as tens of thousands of vehicles pass through in the weeks leading up to our festival weekend. The festival benefits from several media relationships to effectively market IKEA Renton River Days with print, radio, web, and social networking opportunities. Together, leveraging marketing includes print features, website spotlights and links, full-color banners throughout Renton, and numerous cross-promotional opportunities with community partners and sponsors. Feedback and input from participants and attendees help us evaluate and plan for the future. In addition to distributing the survey to attendees throughout the various sanctioned events, it was also available online for 2 weeks following our festival. This information is shared with the committees, the city staff, and the volunteer board of directors. You have the expanded survey there in your council packet, but here we have pulled 3 results which we'd like to highlight. Of those surveyed, 65% were from Renton-based zip codes, with 35 considered outside of Renton. We are pleased that 99.5% responded with a rating of 3 or greater on a scale of 1 to 5 for their overall experience at the festival, and that 99% would attend IKEA Renton River Days again in the future. The festival is possible with the combined efforts of volunteers, community partners, and sponsors. This year, we tracked 735 volunteers with a combined total of 6,315 hours of service. With statistics from the independent sector, the value of the festival volunteerism is $142,000. Volunteers help planning committees, producing events, and organizing all the activities for our children. The volunteers come from service clubs, youth groups, faith community, sponsor organizations, and interested members of the community. Organization and coordination of matching opportunities with interested volunteers continues to improve with our efforts by our assistant volunteer coordinator. This person, who also volunteers her time, helps oversee that whole program. We welcome community members to join us on one or more of our planning committees to come forth with new ideas to grow Renton River Days. The public can visit rentonriverdays.org for contact information. IKEA Renton River Days has sanctioned events which generate net proceeds for charitable giving. The Rubber Duck Derby and Lee's Martial Arts Breakathon are just 2 of those events. We estimate that $48,000 will be distributed back into the community as a result of these charitable events, programs, and from festival contributions to local organizations. We also track the value of art awards and contest prizes, and $19,000 were awarded this year. The festival is very fortunate to have an ever-growing and very supportive family of festival sponsors. Shown here, First Savings Bank Northwest, McLennan Hardware, Renton Rotary, Waste Management, and Wizards of the Coast join the City of Renton and IKEA as our most generous festival contributors. The sponsor and contributor list of individuals, organizations, and businesses which support IKEA Renton River Days is significant. This year, we welcomed 7 new sponsors. Now listed here are nearly 60 businesses and organizations who supported Renton River Days this year. These annual supporters join us in creating a quality, safe, and lasting community, family, fun celebration. This year, we celebrated the 16th anniversary of our title sponsorship with IKEA. We are currently in the final planning stages to confirm our 17th year in 2015, which will also be our 30th anniversary of Renton River Days. In addition to the many ways that IKEA supports Renton and our festival, in the past 2 years, IKEA has also donated the contents of their booth from Liberty Park. The furniture, the home decorations, and the children's toys were donated to the Creative Kids Preschool and the Community Center and the elementary age after-school program at Teasdale Park called Club Teasdale. As I mentioned, 2015 marks the 30th anniversary of IKEA Renton River Days. Fiscally, we'll continue to work in cooperation with the City of Renton and all sanctioned event committees to evaluate options which maintain a safe, high-quality event that appeals to the public and meets sponsors' expectations. We welcome your ideas and input for our community celebration, certainly one of Renton's longest-standing, most comprehensive, and favorite traditions. Please visit rentonriverdays.org or our Facebook page to find out more. So mark your calendars for July 24th through 26th, 2015, for the 30th anniversary of Renton River Days. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Carol. Thanks for all your years of volunteer work, too. And,
Oh, you're welcome.
I can see Kelly Beamer's just excited about stepping into that next year. That's great.
This will be her year.
Thank you,
you.
Sonia.
Any questions or
Any
anything we
questions for
can
anybody?
help answer, or?
Well, it just doesn't seem like it's been 30 years, and the festival has really grown, and what I admire about the festival more than anything else, it started out as a family festival, and everybody on the board just needs to be congratulated because they've maintained that for 30 years. And it's easy to get other sponsors that don't fit into the family. And so, thank you for all your hard work for the 30 years.
Thank you.
Mr. Lukens has been with us about that long, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty close to that long, so there's a lot of longtime volunteers, so thank you.
The other thing we can't overstate is how much gratitude we have for all the sponsors, and IKEA has been just, year after year after year, so wonderful to this community. It's just amazing, and what can you say? They are just there all the time. I can't believe it's been 16 years that they've been the title sponsor. It's just amazing. So thank you very much,
Thank you for your
Sonia.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay, I'm going to just mention something under administrative report. For the 5th consecutive year, we had a National Day of Service on Saturday throughout the Renton community, and we had hundreds of volunteers, many of them coordinated through the local congregations of the LDS Church, but a lot of our other churches and other organizations that came together to work on 32 projects throughout the community, cleanup projects, weeding, planting, you name it. And they were out there on a nice warm day doing a lot of community service. So I wanted to thank Casey Stanley. Casey, you got to stand up. She's our replacement for Bonnie Rarasich, who coordinated all of this year. And all of our city volunteers. You can't help but say, we had to feed everybody after the event at Liberty Park. So I got to always thank the cooking crew led by Don Person, and
Thanks, Don.
Ed Prince was there, Chief Milosevic was there, former council member Rich Zwicker was there helping, and we had a ton, and Kevin McClure. Man, if I forget Kevin, I'll be in big
Don't
trouble.
forget George.
Was George there?
Oh, George wasn't there.
No, he wasn't there. I can't give him credit for that. Kevin would be very upset about that. But we had a lot of other city employees that were there who gave of their day for this event, so it was very nice. It's just a great group of people and a lot of great service. So, Casey, thank you for organizing that. So, with that, we'll move on to audience comment. Got 2 people signed up. Both of them know the rules. So, Dave McCammon.
Dave McCammon, City of Renton. Mr. Mayor, City Council. On the consent agenda, item E, coming up for you to vote on for resolution and for the first vote, I would ask that somebody remove that until the time has been made that it's announced to the citizenship exactly what is an RFA and how it is going to affect them, whether it's going to improve, disapprove, disaster, fire, whatever, raise taxes, lower taxes. I think it'll affect the people of Renton. I know this is just authorizing them to get started, but I think the people of Renton need to be brought into it and informed about what's going on, because it's going to affect us one way or the other.
Actually, is Deb Needham here?
I am here.
Okay, because maybe, Deb, maybe you can answer the concern that Dave has in relationship to the discussions about an RFA.
And I'm not the expert to speak on this. I would expect our response ops folks to be ready to do that. I'm not seeing on consent agenda where we have a regional fire authority
No, we're not,
proposal.
this doesn't have anything to do with the Regional Fire Authority.
Okay, which item?
This is the resolution for the
the Regional Coordination Framework.
Framework, and
Sure, I can explain a little bit about that. What that is, it's something that the City of Renton was previously signatory to, and it was referred to as the Regional Disaster Plan for private and public organizations in King County, Washington, and it had an accompanying omnibus legal and financial agreement. This is something that does not have any cost to our citizens. This is not the same as the Regional Fire Authority. It is a disaster coordination plan, and it describes how we coordinate with other agencies and corporations, and Microsoft is signatory, for instance. It basically provides a framework for how we share information and for how we share resources. And one of the provisions in there is a legal contract that basically sets up a pre-vendor relationship with all these signatory partners, so we don't have to go through all the same hoops that we normally go through in setting up contracts. So we can expedite, during the course of a disaster, we can expedite our response in order to share resources or to get resources from others. This is different than mutual aid. Mutual aid is typically a free thing. This is those situations where we're making extraordinary requests of other people that exceed our usual mutual aid agreements for free help.
Okay,
So that's basically what it is.
thanks, Deb. Council have any questions on that?
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to add that Deb's right on target with it. We discussed this at the Emergency Management Advisory Committee, and every city and business, and they did a really good job of explaining that, well, the cities work together on a mutual aid, but there's sometimes that we could be in for a longer period of time than we would normally be, and this would allow us, through the agreement, to charge that. And more importantly, it sets us up with business, because if you need, in a disaster, you need a crane or you need a big piece of equipment, that's not the time to go out and look and try and make arrangements with somebody, and it's to do it ahead of time. And it's going to be a county-wide agreement, so
Okay.
it won't cost us anything. Most likely in the long run, it'll save us money.
And it actually replaces the existing agreement.
Right.
So this is a revision of an existing plan that's been in force since, I believe, around the year 2000. It's been longstanding, and we've been a signatory for quite some time.
Okay, thanks, Deb. And Dave, to your question, there hasn't even been an initial meeting in terms of discussion of a potential RFA, and that will be a significant public process.
Okay, I do appreciate though that having a few minutes gone over so people watching
Yeah.
are aware.
Yeah, okay, and thank you. Thanks, Deb.
Other questions?
Howard?
Okay, thanks.
Very good.
She is off doing other important things. So we're gonna try,
Hey.
how's that?
You're getting pretty handy at that,
Hey,
Howard.
that's not bad. First of all, I'd like to thank all you who participated in all the things which go on in this city. I love the Renton River Days. May Letter pointed it out. And everybody's involved. Everybody's involved up to their eyeballs. And yesterday, when I got through, or Saturday, there was Ed, Don, and the chief, and Rich is still cooking out there, but they stopped burning hamburgers and hot dogs anymore. They're doing chicken now. So that's fun. But just everybody participating and bringing the city together and working to help. That's what makes this possible. It's what gives Renton its special flavor. I appreciate Greg has some great symposiums that he's had that help bring everybody together and open our eyes on things. It's just the positiveness that goes on is out of this world, and I just love it. Marcy's not here tonight, but Marcy is deeply involved with community and schools. She's a mentor, has been a mentor forever, and comes down and helps. They're going to have they're part of REACH, they're part of our group, and they're going to have their 20th celebration, so we're asking you to keep October 16th open as well. I know everybody nicks you a little bit, but it's for such wonderful causes and does so much good. I think that the thing that makes a difference is the way we feel and the way we try to help each other. And as we work together and help each other, this becomes the best place in the whole world to live. So I plan on staying here.
I'll just point out Marcy's at Hazen High School right now, actually, for their open house.
Oh, that's right. Well, anyway, on October the 2nd, we're going to have our charity auction, our gala auction. And so anyone who'd like to come or contact or anything else, you can call me. You can Google on the Renton Ecumenical Association. By the time you get there, it'll be there. You can get tickets or come down, or if you want to contribute something to the auction, that's good. We have a lot of our local businesses and people have been doing contributions. And this is for the bottom group of our people, the most disadvantaged. These are the homeless. That's the number one that we serve. We work across the board with everybody. But this is the area that's going to get very tight here pretty soon. We've had a lovely summer, but when it gets cold and it gets yucky, these guys are still sleeping out in it. Or sleeping is probably a bad word. Good word doesn't happen. And we need to have facilities for these folks, including a hot meal in the morning. And I know some of you up there are contributing a great deal to that hot meal. And also, in the afternoon, we serve a dinner at 5:30 at the Salvation Army. And we do it with volunteers from everywhere and everybody. And if you feel like volunteering, there's room for you. They're always happy to see you, and you don't have to stand on a lot of protocol on most of these. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, next is the consent agenda. There are 5 items for council consideration. Are there any items that council member would like pulled for discussion?
Mr. Mayor, seeing none, I move the consent agenda be adopted as presented.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Prince, that council adopt the consent agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to unfinished business, Mr. Person.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a committee of the whole report.
Committee of the Whole Committee Report, Fiscal Sustainability and Revenue Option. The Committee of the Whole reviewed and considered the city's option to maintain quality public services and provide capital resources to preserve assets, leverage grants, facilitate economic development, and hereby directs the administration to prepare legislation as part of the 2015-2016 biennial budget based on the recommended structure for the implementation of a business and occupations tax effective January 1st, 2016. The recommended structure includes the following basic elements. 1. High reporting threshold, 1.5 million. 2. Simple tax rate structure, 0.05% for retail and 0.085% all other activities, and tax rates may be adjusted by council action by no more than inflation in any given year. 3. Exempt from head tax. Businesses who are required to pay B&O tax are exempt from paying the per employee business license fee. 4. New business tax credit. New business with 50 or more employees will receive a tax credit of $1,000 per employee per year for the first 3 years up to the amount of the B&O tax due. 5. Taxable amount cap. B&O tax will not be applicable to that portion of gross receipts above $5 billion. The cap. This cap shall be adjusted annually after 2016 by no more than inflation. And 6. Nonprofit exemption deduction. Exempt those nonprofit revenues generated from membership fees, dues, donations, etc., and governmental payments for health and social welfare programs from B&O tax. In addition to the above, efforts shall be made to ensure the B&O tax reporting system is as simple and convenient as possible for taxpayers. This is signed by the council president.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr.
I
Person.
move the committee report be adopted.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Prince, that council adopt the Committee of the Whole Committee Report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Prince.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Ms. Breyer.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Mr. Pavoni.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Utility Committee has one report to be read.
Hey, Utilities Committee Report. Agreement for emergency sale of water from the City of Renton to King County Water District Number 90. The Utilities Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the agreement for emergency sale of water from the City of Renton to King County Water District Number 90. The committee also recommends that the mayor and city clerk be authorized to execute the agreement. The committee further recommends that the resolution regarding this matter be presented for reading and adoption. This is signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Mr. Pavoni.
I move that the council concur with the committee report.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Pavoni, seconded by Mr. Prince, that council concur with the Utilities Committee Report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Mr. Taylor.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Community Services does have a committee report.
The Community Services Committee Report, Cost Recovery and Program Pricing Guidelines. The Community Services Committee concurs in the staff recommendation to authorize and adopt for implementation the Recreation Division cost recovery and program pricing guidelines. This is signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
move the council adopt the Community Services Committee report.
Second?
It's been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Corman, that council approve the Committee Services Committee report, the Community Services Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
And Mr. Mayor, I also will be reading out some reports for Councilmember Palmer.
Okay.
And the Transportation Committee has 6 reports.
Yes. A Transportation Aviation Committee, bid award, runway blast wall replacement. The Transportation Aviation Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to award the runway blast wall replacement project contract to Gary Molino Construction Company in the amount of $1,252,565.24 and adjust the airport CIP lower blast fence budget by moving $323,000 from the 820 building demolition fund and $99,000 from the maintenance dredging fund and $10,000 from the fire water system fund for a total increase of $432,000. The committee also recommends that the mayor and city clerk be authorized to execute the contract. This is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
move that council adopt the Transportation Committee report.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Pavoni, that council adopt the Transportation Aviation Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Okay, next is Transportation Committee, Mead and Hunt Incorporated Standard Consultant Agreement for the Airport Master Plan. The Transportation Aviation Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the Standard Consultant Agreement in the amount of $837,705 with Mead and Hunt Incorporated to complete the Airport Master Plan and do a budget adjustment of $120,000 to increase the Airport Master Plan CIP line item to a total of $842,222, and also authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign the contract with Mead and Hunt Incorporated. This is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
I move the council adopt the Transportation Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Pavoni, that council adopt the Transportation Aviation Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Okay. Next is the Bazaar LLC lease amendment, number 2-14. The Transportation Aviation Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve Amendment 2-14 to the Bazaar LLC lease, LAG 12004, and authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign the amendment. This is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
move the council adopt the Transportation Committee report.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Pavoni, that council adopt the Transportation Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Hey, Rainer Flight Services Amendment 3 to their current lease. The Transportation Aviation Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the termination of 12,000 square feet of ground lease area from Rainer Flight Services LLC's lease at the airport and authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign the amendment. This is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
I move that council adopt the Transportation Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Pavoni, that council adopt the Transportation Aviation Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
And the next committee report is Rainer Flight Services new lease of the 800 building at the airport. The Transportation Aviation Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the building lease agreement with Rainer Flight Service LLC and authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign the new lease. This is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
I move the council adopt the Transportation Committee report.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Pavoni, that council adopt this Transportation Aviation Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
And the final Transportation Aviation Committee report is the Renton participation in the Growing Transit Communities Compact. The Transportation Aviation Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute the Growing Transit Communities Compact. This is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
I move that council adopt the Transportation Committee report.
Second.
It's It's been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Pavoni, that council adopt the Transportation and Aviation Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
That is all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. You guys were busy.
Yes, we were.
Mr. Corman?
And no unfinished business,
Oh,
Mr. Mayor.
man, do you feel bad?
A little bit, yes.
Okay, moving on to resolutions and ordinances. We have 4 resolutions and 2 ordinances for second and final.
Okay, the first resolution is regarding the extension of the moratorium on medical marijuana business licenses and permit applications. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, extending the moratorium on accepting applications for business licenses or permits for medical marijuana businesses and establishments involved in the sale, manufacture, distribution, or use of medical marijuana, directing the setting of a public hearing date for October 27, 2014, and establishing a termination date for the moratorium.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Prince.
I move the resolution be adopted as read.
Second?
It's been moved by Mr. Prince, second by Ms. Breyer, that this resolution be adopted as read. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Okay, the next resolution is regarding the Regional Coordination Framework and Agreement. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the city's participation in the Regional Coordination Framework for Disasters and Planned Events for public and private organizations in King County, Washington, and authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into the agreement for participating organizations.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Person.
I move the resolution be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Person, second by Mr. Taylor, that council adopt this resolution. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Okay, the next resolution is regarding the Growing Transit Communities Compact. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute the Growing Transit Communities Compact.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
I move that this resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Corman, that this resolution be adopted as read. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
And the last resolution is regarding emergency sale of water to King County District Number 90. Resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an interlocal agreement with King County Water District Number 90 for the sale of water during an emergency.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr.
I
Pavoni.
move that the resolution be accepted as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Pavoni, second by Mr. Corman, that this resolution be adopted as read. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Okay, the first ordinance for second and final reading is adopting the Trace Matthew annexation. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, annexing certain unincorporated territory, approximately 4.5 acres, located in the city's potential annexation area near the eastern portion of city limits. The site is bordered by Renton city limits at the north, 154th Avenue Southeast to the west, parcel lines in proximity of Southeast 139th Place in the south, and 156th Avenue Southeast at the east. This is annexing to the City of Renton the Trace Matthew annexation.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Prince.
I move the ordinance be adopted as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Prince, seconded by Mr. Corman, that this ordinance be adopted as read. Requires a roll call.
Mr. Person?
Aye.
Mr. Prince?
Aye.
Ms. Breyer?
Aye.
Mr. Pavoni?
Aye.
Mr. Taylor?
Aye.
Mr. Corman?
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, all ayes.
The ayes have it.
And the last ordinance is regarding the second quarter budget amendment. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending the City of Renton fiscal years 2013-2014 biennial budget as adopted by ordinance number 5682 and thereafter amended by ordinance numbers 5686, 5692, 5699, and 5715 in the amount of $1,217,639.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Person.
I move the ordinance be adopted as read.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Prince, that this ordinance be adopted as read. Requires a roll call.
Mr. Person?
Aye.
Mr. Prince?
Aye.
Ms. Breyer?
Aye.
Mr. Pavoni?
Aye.
Mr. Taylor?
Aye.
Mr. Corman?
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, all ayes.
The ayes have it. Thank you very much, Jason. Moving on to new business, Mr. Person.
Yes, yes, Mr. Mayor. Two items. At 6 p.m. Next Monday, September 22nd, Committee of the Whole will meet in the council chambers with one topic, Human Services Advisory Committee funding recommendations. And then secondly, just for general information, continuing on with barbecuing and feeding people, thank the mayor and Auburn City Council person, John Holman, and citizen Ken Taylor, who helped us barbecue for an employee recognition event at the SCORE jail facility on Saturday for 150 people. And it was really a nice event, and the administration over there does a great job in recognizing the employees, so
Yeah, very nice.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Person. Mr. Prince?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, on Monday, September 22nd at 3:30 PM, the Planning Development Committee will meet in the council conference room. We have one item on the agenda, and it's interim zoning. That's
Okay.
all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Ms. Breyer?
Yes, on Monday, the 22nd at 5 PM, the Finance Committee will meet. We have 4 items, vouchers, emerging issues and revenue streams, the Seattle Tree Preservation Contract, and the Renton Senior Activity Center Parking Lot Project. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Pavoni?
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, and Mr. Taylor?
No new business for Community Services, Mr. Mayor, and also no new business for Transportation Committee as well. That is all.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Corman?
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Let's see, audience comment. Floyd, did you want to address the council?
Always.
What's the wish of the council?
Will we adjourn?
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Person, second by Mr. Prince, so we adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, we're adjourned.